the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. So let's jump right into it. First question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. My name is Anna Crowe, and I am the founder and CEO of Crowe PR. We're a public relations and influencer marketing agency in California and New York.
Fantastic. Question number 2, what is the best thing about working with a team?
I think you can just accomplish a lot more as a team than you can individually. I also think that everyone brings their unique perspective when you're working as a team, and also their unique strengths. So we can just do, like I said, a lot more and utilize everybody's unique strengths. And there's just so much support and learning that comes with working as a team. You grow, I think, a lot more and farther when you have people around you.
I love that. Great response. Thank you. Question number 3. I hear from other team leaders that it can be a challenge to get members of the team engaged. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I really think it boils down to culture. It's the corporate culture leaders are creating. I think you can start with the hiring process 100%. So, you can hire people that really align with the core values of the culture and the business. For instance, for us, authenticity and positivity are some of our core values. And so that means we can have transparent and productive conversations and really understand what drives each person. As humans, we're driven by different things, right? And different things engage us and allow us to be present. So I think having those conversations is really important. And if you have a team in place already, I think those conversations can still go a really long way. Really understand what drives people, what challenges them. If you have someone who loves challenge and growth, you probably don't want to stick them with the same project over and over again. And you want to give them variety and opportunities to grow and learn. And some people love collaborating, other people love independent work. So I think it's important to understand that. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to the culture you are creating as a leader.
Oh, I love that. Great advice. Thank you.
Sure.
Question number 4. What other successful team leaders, such as yourself, should be on my podcast?
Well, I work with a lot of business owners, so I could probably give you a list of a lot of different people. But off the top of my head, I would love to connect you with Brittany Merrill Yang, who is the co-founder of Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey. Her business has grown tremendously in just 2 years and is one of the leading spirits brands today. And, that comes with building a team, not just locally, but nationwide, and creating collaborations with other companies and brands. So I think she'd be a really great person, but I'd be happy to send you a lot more people, as I have lucky to have a good network of people and a good, client roster of people who are doing amazing things and really focusing on their teams.
Great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 5. What piece of advice would you give to other leaders and professionals who are leading teams?
I think it's really important to lead by example and to listen. I think people are more engaged when leaders are engaged, right? And that doesn't really mean that you have to be in the trenches all the time. But if the team knows you can and will be alongside them, I think there's a lot more to it. So just working together and really being engaged there. And then similarly, I think open conversations are critical. I know those are hard, and they're especially hard for younger teams, right? Because nobody wants to be a bad guy, and it's hard to give feedback or tell somebody that there's an issue or that they're not going to deliver something on time. But you really have to have those conversations, and you have to listen to people and understand what drives them, motivates them, what's important to them, what gets them out of bed. That's one of the things I ask a lot, even just in the interview process. What gets you out of bed? And it can't just be a hot cup of coffee. That's part of what you're doing. But there's got to be a driver, and maybe it is the desire to support your family and create some financial stability. Maybe it is the desire to contribute to something bigger. Everybody's different. And I think listening and really understanding that is important, because if we don't listen to our teams, we're not going to have them for very long.
That's fantastic. Great information. Thank you.
Sure.
Well, 6th and final question. Tell us about your first job or your favorite job, either one.
Well, my current job is my favorite, obviously.
Okay.
I'd say I probably mentioned my first real corporate job. This is not my part-time, jobs in college or high school, but my very first job out of college was working as an auditor at Deloitte in New Jersey tri-state area. And I worked in the World Financial Center, which was connected to the World Trade Center. And the reason I love that job, even though it was my very first one, is because it taught me a lot about finances. My job was to audit financial statements of major brands and mid-sized brands. But what better way to learn about financials and building a business than to really understand how other businesses are doing it, how they're capturing information, how they're recording their marketing expenses, how much they're spending, what percentage of revenue they're attributing to different costs. Looking back, that's been one of the most critical pieces that allowed me to scale my business. Just really having that financial mindset. And plus, I really got to work with a lot of great teams. I'd spend half the year on a team of 12 to 15 people on a major client. And then I'd spend the other half a year alternating between 4, 5, 6 different accounts. So you got to learn how to adjust, right? To get in the group team and all different personalities, and then have to pivot, get to work with different clients and different teams. And that's also helped me because being in an agency, we're always working with different clients, different industries, different accounts, mid-size, large size, startups. And so that, I think, experience gave me, the needed tools to learn how to pivot and then understand the finances.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you being on the podcast as well. And how can people find you?
Our website is PR.com, CROWEPR.com. And you can always connect with us on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn at Crowe PR.
Fantastic. Well, this is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn at Blue Sky Business Consulting.